Hello everyone and welcome to this video. I am so glad you found me. My name is Aretha and today I'd like to talk to you about a different perspective on self-care. So first I'll start with a couple of reminders, then I'll give you a way to reframe your mindset around self-care, and lastly I'll tell you about some practices you can incorporate into your life right away. Let's dive in. The first thing to remember is that self-care is not an activity. It's not a set of activities. It's really the way you approach life, and it's a mindset. There's a lot of content on the internet about different self-care activities, and I think those are all very important. We all deserve to take a vacation, to unplug, to go for a walk, get a massage, to pamper ourselves. All those activities really do matter. But if your whole perspective on self-care is that you put a couple of activities on your calendar, I think that can be counterproductive. If you're anything like me and you have a tendency towards anxiety, overwhelm, or overthinking, it's easy to turn a self-care activity into a chore, and that defeats the purpose. So what we need to do is reframe and have a more holistic understanding of what taking care of ourselves really means, and more on that later in this video. My second reminder is that self-care is not stress relief. Self-care is not what you do in response to stress, and this should be pretty straightforward. I think we all understand it intellectually. But if you only practice self-care activities when you're stressed, then you're not taking proper care of yourself. So that takes us to the main idea behind this video. This is where we truly get to reframe what we understand to be self-care. That idea is that you are in your own care. And this is what I mean by that. You are not your body. You have a body, but you also have hands, but you're not your hands. You are not your body. You are a soul. You are a mind. You are a much more complex being that happens to reside in this body. So what if you could think of yourself as the caregiver of this physical body that was entrusted to you to grow old with you and to allow you to experience the entirety of this human life. Most of us understand the role of a caregiver. We know how to take care of our kids. We know how to take care of our pets. We take care of our parents. We take care of family members. We understand the duty of care. The issue is that we don't know how to apply that to our body. See, your body is wired for survival. Your body does a lot of tremendous things for you. At any given moment, it's pumping blood, it's getting air to your lungs, fighting infections, it's growing cells, it's growing hair, it's doing all of these things for you. But beyond that, you are 100% responsible for how you take care of it. You get to decide whether you go to see the doctor, whether you take your medication, whether you go outside and get any fresh air at all, what you eat, when you go to bed. You even get to decide what you will wear to protect your body from the cold. See, if you just let your body go out there without any clothes, it'll freeze to death. You are in charge of what you do with this body. You can help it thrive, or you can hurt it. When someone is in your care, you do what's best for them in the long run. You even sometimes have to save them from themselves. But every decision you make comes from a place of caring, from a place of love and a place of compassion. You don't do the things you do because you're trying to punish them. Even some medicine is not a form of punishment. It's not from a need to control them. It's because you genuinely care about their long-term well-being. So if you can see yourself as the guardian, the caregiver, almost like a parent to your body, then you will understand that you need to approach this relationship from a place of love, from a place of caring, from a place of compassion. Let's talk about some ways to incorporate this mindset into your lives. But before we do, if this is a type of content that resonates with you, please subscribe to my channel and hit the like button. So let's talk about self-care practices. And I like to point out that the word practice doesn't mean a discrete, finite activity. A practice, it's something you rehearse. It's something you do over and over again. It's a habit that you build. So when you think about self-care, think about the long term. Think about habits that last. So the first practice is to start from a place of love and appreciation. Your body does a lot for you, constant. Even when you're not feeling well, it is literally fighting for your life. It deserves for you to love it. The second practice is to accept your body as it is and show compassion. You don't need to get mad at it for the way it is, you know? When we go on a quest to lose a few pounds or start exercising, we often come at it from a place of punishment. We are trying to coerce our bodies and work against them and fight with them to make them do what we want them to do. But what if you approach everything from a place of curiosity, love, and compassion? Remember that your body is not trying to sabotage you. It's just trying to exist. So don't get mad at it when it struggles. Help it. If you have set some overly ambitious goals for yourself, especially fitness goals, and your body cannot keep up, don't get mad and push harder. This is your chance to revisit your goals. Cut them in half. Figure out different approaches that you can try to get the same result without overburdening your body. This is teamwork. You are a team with your own body. It's not an adversarial relationship. The last practice is to be grateful for your body. I talked earlier about all the things your body does for you that you're not even aware of. So when you are reminded of those things, take a minute and just be grateful. If you are able to internalize these ideas and remind yourself of them often, it'll change the way you relate to your body and to yourself. Remember that you and your body are on the same team, and you're both doing the best you can. And when you know better, try to do better. Well, that's it for this video. I have a lot more to say on the topics of self-care and self-compassion. So if you're interested in these topics, leave me a comment. Let me know what you'd like to see. Thank you for watching.